G'day guys, welcome back. Johnny G, Naked Racer Moto Co. Today we're going to talk about something totally unrelated to what we normally do, reviews on bikes. Today I want to talk about something that happened in the motorcycle world this year that I think went largely unnoticed. A couple of friends of mine, Andrew and Kate Hallam, built a land speed record bike and went out to the Salt, Lake Gairdner, and they got Dennis Ackland to pilot their bike, who's a good friend and a legend, motorcycle legend. And Dennis set a record out there doing 178.494 miles an hour. It's a new world record and quite an achievement when you think he's riding an unfaired bike, just him in the wind on a Harley-Davidson to do that kind of speed, something else. Amazing accomplishment, I think. Anyway, Lake Gairdner's been one of those things that's been on my list for many years to go out there and have a look, but it's a hard place to get to. It's a 16-hour drive from Melbourne. There's like 5 hours of corrugation on the dirt roads to get there. It's 150 k's west of Iron Knob, so you can imagine it's right out there in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, the nearest place to it is 40 k's away. It's Mount Dare Station. So I always thought I want to go out there, but for one reason or another, we never went. Now, they started racing out there in the 90s, and the club that they formed was called the DLRA, or Dry Lake Racers Association. And they've been doing it for 35 years now. And 9 of those years, the event wasn't run because, well, 8 of them was because of weather, and 1 because of COVID. So it's a hit and miss place to get out there, and I always thought I got plenty of friends with helicopters and aeroplanes, and I thought, you know what, one of these days we're just going to get out there and land on the Salt and just watch the racing and then fly home. So I floated the idea with a friend of mine, Trevor, who's got a beautiful beach craft Bonanza, and he said he thought it was a great idea, round up a couple of guys and we'll all go. So that wasn't hard to do, rang around, a couple of guys were interested, off we went. Trevor's instrument rated, so we left in the dark at 5:30 a.m. and we flew out to Aldinga, where we refueled and got a coffee and a bite to eat, and then off to Mount Dare Station. We overflew Mount Dare Station, went straight out to the Salt, found out where the racing was, and we were flying around at like eye level and looking at all the tents and all the bikes racing and stuff. Very cool. Anyway, we went back to Mount Dare Station, landed, secured the plane, checked in, met all the people there. And the trouble is, everyone's already out of the Salt, so to get out there is no mean feat. Anyway, I noticed a Pajero at the fuel pump, so I thought I'd better go over and find out if they're heading out to the Salt. And there was a lovely lady there filling up, and I said to her, any chance you can give 4 old blokes a lift out to the Salt? She said, love to. It's exactly where I'm going. So we headed off out to Mount Dare, and we saw the race truck coming out on the big float. That was pretty exciting. And I'm not sure what sort of records he did or whether he had problems and that's why he was leaving early, but we stopped on the side of the road and we just let him get by us. And we went out and we met this lady's friends and their team, which are the Salt Monkeys, and they're a great bunch of people, and there's 4 bikes there that they were racing, and we met the whole team and had a great time. They were very accommodating and we enjoyed visiting with them. And after we did our due diligence there, we wandered on, and within a couple of minutes we found Andrew and Kate Hallam and their camp, and they gave us some seats, said, here's the walkie-talkie, we're going, Dennis is going to go for a run any minute now. So we're sitting there, within like a few minutes we heard the bike roaring and Dennis went flying past, and the next thing I heard on the radio was 181 miles an hour, and just such an achievement, you know. Amazing that it hasn't been done elsewhere in the world, but it just shows you what a great engine builder Andrew is, and what an expert rider our friend Dennis is. Well, getting there was one thing, but let me tell you, getting out of there was another. So we're standing on the side of the road. After we'd been in the bar and got like half full of gas, we had to walk out of the place, and we're standing on the road, hitchhiking, and I reckon we flagged down probably 30, 40 cars, and nobody was prepared to give us a lift because they were all going somewhere else, or they were full, or they weren't able to take four fellas back to Mount Ive. Everyone was very friendly and very accommodating, but nobody could take us. So I jogged off into the bush, and I could hear this vehicle driving around. It sounded a bit weird. And here is this bizarre Volkswagen and this character of a guy, Matt. And anyway, we had a chat. I said to him, "You want to earn some money?" He said, "What do you want us to do?" And I said, "Drive us to Mount Dare Station." He said, "Sounds like an adventure, let's go." So I piled my 3 friends in the back. I got in the front, and off we went. Well, he was trying to show us how fast it went. He's sliding it around corners and go over the corrugations and stuff. And finally, we come around a corner, there's a whole lot of bull dust. He hits the bull dust, loses control. It goes left, right, and then spears off the track. It's going to go through the trees. But just before it hits this embankment of red dust that the grader had built up, and like a whole wheelbarrow full of red dust goes over the top of the car. We're all sitting in there, couldn't see anything. We thought, like, are we upside down? What's going on? And anyway, after it cleared, we all just sort of laughed, all looked around and quietly going, how lucky are we to be alive? And we drove on. Well done, guys. We're proud of you, and we'll be back to see you do it again.